Hey, fourth grade, this is Mr. Heddington with your week 15 anonymous question box answers to your questions. So going down my list here, this one's kind of a repeat from last week, but it says, what is your favorite movie when you were 9? Well, when I was 9 years old, it was 1979. I don't remember specifically any movies that came out that year. I suppose I could look it up, see what it is. But I do remember the movies I saw as a kid from about age 6 to about 10 or 11 was I did see the Bambi movie from Disney, the Star Wars movie, and then when I don't remember much in 1979, but I do remember 80 and 81 when I was 10 and 11. That's when some of the big movies from Star Wars, like The Empire Strikes Back, which was the second movie, the Indiana Jones movies, and I do remember seeing Superman. It was the very first Superman movie that came out, at least I remember, with Christopher Reeve as Superman. So I know it's been a lot of the other superhero movies out over the years, but that's the one I remember. Next one says, will puberty hurt? And what are the stages of puberty? Well, there may be some discomfort once in a while with going through puberty. It's not like it's going to be super painful. The only thing I can think of is like if you have aches and pains in your muscles and joints, that might be related to your growth spurts, like your bones are growing longer. So sometimes your muscles aren't quite keeping up with the growth that the bones are having, or vice versa, those kind of things. Pimples can be painful, just slightly. Just don't pick at them, like it said in the video before. And there can be some discomfort related to certain things for girls or for boys that we'll talk about later. There's the stages for puberty. I don't know if there's really specific stages during puberty. Changes can happen at different times for different kids. So maybe some kids have their growth spurt first. Maybe some start getting acne first. Maybe some get their voice change first. Maybe some have smelly feet and armpits first. Any number of things can happen, especially as you get to kind of your 10, 11 through 12, 13 age. And even as adults, people still have smelly feet and armpits. So that's why we have to take a shower more often. We'll talk about that later this year too. So there's not really specifically stages during puberty. Just realize that of the list of changes that I put from last week and a few from this week will kind of explain what things will be happening for most of you. Next one, what is the most noticeable thing during puberty? For you as an individual, I don't know if there's something specific you're going to notice. You'll notice a bunch of things, but likely some of the things like pimples might be something you notice. Obviously growing, like your growth spurts, you might not notice it from day to day, but you'll start noticing it because your clothes don't fit after 6 months. Or I know for my son, he was going through sizes of shoes pretty quickly, like every few months. It seemed like he needed a new pair of shoes, and we're always buying them a little bit bigger so he'd grow into them. Well, now as he's 14, his feet have stopped growing, so we don't have to worry about buying new shoes all the time. Other noticeable things might be, noticeable maybe not to you, but to other people with the growth spurt and, that smelly armpits and, those kind of things. So other people might start noticing some things about you that you might not notice on your own. Next one said, do hormones control glands? No, I think it's the other way around. The glands control the hormones. The glands release the hormones. And remember, the pituitary gland that's in the brain is kind of the master gland telling all the other glands what to do. So, the last two are just kind of for fun ones here. It says, what is your favorite thing to do in your free time? I kind of tinker with stuff. I like building things. I have kind of grown into being a self-taught lawnmower mechanic. If my wife keeps picking on me because I will pick up free lawnmowers from people who are just throwing them away and try and fix them up. And then sometimes I give them away if they work, and other times I just junk them if I can't. So I don't know, turn into a little grease monkey that way. And what is your favorite sport to watch? For me, it's probably the most exciting part of the year for sports is March Madness with the college basketball season going on. And I know we missed out on that this last year. So, I'd say NFL football might be fun. But for me, sports is, I like doing them more than I like watching them. So, I'd rather be out doing some of those things than watch them. And I love playing golf, but I cannot stand watching golf on TV. I find it one of the more boring things to watch. So anyway, hope that answers your questions for this week. please or put more questions in the anonymous question box each week. That makes my life really interesting. Remember, it can be anything about puberty, growing up. It could be just stuff you want to know about me or something about school you want to know. And it just makes each week really fun for me to teach this unit. Hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you soon.